Hello, my name is Beth Hicks. For a long time I searched for a good free tutorial on using the graph editor, really using it, understanding it. I had a hard time with that. And making cycles in Maya. I never actually found a really good free one, so after having found a really good mentor, I took what I learned from him and I'm going to make a tutorial for everyone to use, and hopefully that helps y'all out. So here it goes. I have this prefabricated rig opened up in Maya. I got it on howtocheatinmaya.com. It's a really good book by Eric Luda and Kenny Roy. Um, it's really good book for anybody who really wants to learn how to do shortcuts that make things look really good. So I recommend that book to anyone. If you go on the website, you can download this rig. As you can see, I already have him in like a base pose. What I'm going to start working on first is the root. The root's the most important thing in learning to do any kind of animation. I press S to set a key. Notice that I also have my auto key on. Always working the auto key. I pressed S to set a key, the very first key. Then I move my timeline down to 12. I'm going to push him down a little bit, pull him forward a little bit, and as you can see here, you have two lines in your graph editor that now tell you that there are two keys set. So if you watch, he kind of goes down and forward a little bit when you scrub your timeline. Now what we want to do is we want to have, to make it a cycle, we want to have this frame be the same as the ending frame, right? So it can just continuously go. So what we're going to do is we put the time slider on the first frame. Hold down the middle mouse button and drag it all the way down to the end at 24. Then press S. That sets another key. So now we have this first key copied to the end key. So now we have, like, he goes down and then back up. Okay? So now as you can see, he just goes down, back up. It's kind of boring. We want it to go in like a circular motion. So we want to select this blue translate Z curve, hold down shift so it doesn't actually move up and down, hold your middle mouse button, make sure that your move is selected over here, hold your middle mouse button and move a little bit to the right. I would say probably 6 frames. We'll do 6 frames. So now play your animation and you can see that now he's got a circular motion to his root. Very cool. Now, since we are working on a cycle, we want the curves to cycle as well. So we select all of our curves. We go up 2 curves. On pre-infinity, we go cycle. And then on post-infinity, we go cycle. And then in view, we go down and click on infinity. That way it shows us, you know, infinity to the front and infinity to the back, all of our curves. Now, you see here, on this part, it's kind of sharp. Now, we don't want something sharp like that in the beginning or the end of a cycle, because then it kind of doesn't look like a real smooth cycle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the frames up to 48 here and here and play it. I have a top of the cycle. There's kind of a hit, I guess you could call it. You don't want that. So here in the graph editor, zoom in a little bit. Now you have it selected. Click and drag to select. And then you also want to click and drag to select the little brown handle. Once you do that, make sure that your translate tool is selected over here. Then you middle mouse click on the handle and move it up so it's a little more level. on that side. You do the same thing for the blue curve up here. Select the brown handle, middle mouse button, and a little bit more level. So now, as you can see, it kind of has a little bit better of a transition. Now you want to go to the end of the curve and do the same thing. So now it seems to look like a pretty seamless curve. Okay, very cool. So now you have a really nice little wavy curve, and it just continuously has a very smooth repeated curve in the root. Very cool. Alright, now the next thing that I would do, since the legs are pretty much planted, the next thing I would do is probably the shoulders and the torso. Torso probably first. So let's do the torso real quick. So on the first frame, I would suggest selecting all of your torso controls, okay, and pressing S to make a key. I'm going to put this back at 24. Go to 12. Now, here I would probably bend him down a little bit. Bend him down a little bit more, just a little. Even subtle little things help make your animation look more believable. Bend down just a bit. Okay, so he's got a little bit of a bend. And now, since we want the cycle to be complete, we go to 0, grab all of our torso controls again. Oops, undo. Grab all of our torso controls again. Hold down the middle mouse button, drag it to 24, press S. See, now we have a cycle again. Okay, before we go cleaning that up, let's put some animation on the hips. There's got to be some animation on the hips. So we already have a key set on that one. Drag it to 12. Maybe tweak it a little this way. Oops, sorry. Tweak it a little this way. So you want the rest of your torso to kind of follow. So we keep in that nice little lineup of the torso. So here we go. So the hips and torso are kind of straight now. So as you can see, they kind of level out toward the middle of the cycle. And again, grab your controls, all of your torso controls. Go to frame 0, hold down the middle mouse key, drag it to 24, and hit S. Okay, so now we have a loop on that part. Now, before we go and touch up, I just want to get the basic blocking down. So we're going to do the shoulders. Here's the other shoulder control. Okay, now make sure that there is a key. Press S. So you have keys on your shoulders. Grab his right shoulder. And at frame 12, I would say rotate it down a little bit. Down a little bit. Go back to frame 0, middle mouse click to 24, press S. So now we have a loop there. Looking pretty good. Go to the left shoulder. Go to frame 12. Move it down. We have a key there. Okay. Go back to 0. Middle mouse, 24. Press S. Okay, good. Oh, it seems that this shoulder may have missed some on there. Oh, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. It's alright. Just looked weird from that angle. Yeah, we're okay. Alright. So, let's go back down to the hips here. Now, same thing that you want to do with the hips is that you want to do with the root that we did. So we go to curves, pre-infinity, cycle, post-infinity, cycle. Okay. So the curve on the rotate Y looks pretty good already. Now here on the rotate Z, we have really, really sharp curves right here, and we don't want the really sharp curves. So select your your key there, and then drag to select the brown handle. It'll turn yellow. Hold down the middle mouse key and move it to where it's a little more flat. Same thing for this side. And there we go. That's a good one. So now the curves on the hips are looking pretty good. And do the same exact thing for the rest of the torso. Cycle. Cycle. Okay, now on this one, the rotate Y is really sharp. It's not smooth like the other one. So we're going to do the same thing until it's flat. It's got a good little transition curve there. So that looks good. And there we go here. Okay, good. That looks really good. Alright, same thing for the next one. You basically just do this for the whole thing. It might seem tedious and difficult, but in the end it's going to look really good. Check your curve here. Those look pretty good. So, flatten it out. Good. Alright, so those curves look pretty good. We have a curve up here. Flatten this one out. Okay. Nice. Next. Alright. So we need to grab these. Cycle. Cycle. Again, the rotate Y looks pretty good already. But the Z and X are really sharp. Remember, we don't want the sharp. Some things it's good for, but for a cycle, transitions in between the cycle, it's sharp curves are not good. We want smooth curves. Okay. Good. Alright, looking good. Looking good. Okay. Oh, same thing with the shoulders. You can even do these at the same time if you want to select both of them. Just kind of do these at the same time. See, select both of them, it selects the curves for both sides. So, select all of them. Curves, pre-infinity, cycle, curves, post-infinity, cycle. Alright. So, here we go. That's good. That's good. Looks like the Y rotation looks pretty good, and the X rotation looks pretty good. Y rotation, it looked like it was just the Z rotations that were not done really good. So I'm just going to fix those. Then we'll be done with the shoulders for now. Alright. Okay, now I don't want to do all of the arms and stuff because that can come at a later tutorial. For now, I'd like to start offsetting the motion between the hips and the torso and the root, because offsetting gives it a little bit more believability, a little bit more life. Right now it looks pretty good, but it's still just very mechanical to me. And organic things are organic and not mechanical, so we need to add some offsetting. So the best way to do offsetting, I've noticed, is that you kind of start with the bottom one. The hips, they can be in just the regular spot. You don't have to move them at all. But then I would go up to the next one and select all the curves there. Select all the curves there and hold down your shift key. Make sure that your move tool is selected here. Middle mouse and take it over, I would say 2 frames. So pull it to the right 2 frames. 2 or 3, depending. You just kind of have to go by your eye. What do you think looks better? You kind of have to tweak it yourself, experiment, that kind of thing. Then the next one, I would take 4 frames, 3 or 4. 4. And then next, I think the most I would do with this one is 5. So 5 frame offset. If you get too much of an offset, it can kind of mess with your motion. So now if you play it, you have kind of a much more of a organic flow to the whole thing. You want to do the same thing with your shoulders. Grab your shoulders. You can do these both at the same time if you want, or not. If you think it looks better doing both of them separately, then you go right ahead and do it. Select those, and these ones I would offset just by like 3, 4 maybe. So yeah, it's at, looks like it's at 4. Oh no, it's at 5. We'll put it on 4. Okay. Now you've got a little bit of an offset on your shoulders as well. So now we have a pretty good start to a good battle idle cycle for video game animation. So I hope this helped you. I will do another tutorial later to add in the arms and like neck and head at a later date. So work on this and you're good to go. Have fun.